My name is Josh Markovich. I'm one of the teaching assistants here at the Jim McLean Golf School at the beautiful Miami Beach Golf Club. And today we're going to talk a little bit about step 3. So what is step 3 in the swing? Step 3 is our 3/4 position in the swing. So what's going on in this position? Well, let's work from the ground up like we always do. So at this position, our weight is mostly shifted onto our left side, probably about 90% on our left side. Our right knee is still bent. Our left knee has moved a little bit towards our right knee, ever so slightly. Right knee maintains our flex. Our hips have turned. Hips have turned probably about 45 degrees, and our shoulders have turned almost probably 90 degrees at this point, between probably 75 to 90 degrees at this point in the swing. The club, the toe of the club here is pointed towards our target line, so somewhere down the driving range there. And the butt of the club is pointing towards the ground. If we take the club in the 3/4 position, you'll see it forms an L here with our left arm in the club. Our left arm is parallel with the ground as well. That's what forms the L. So what are the ways we can work on this position, make sure we're getting the club in a proper spot? One is we take the club to our 3/4 position, and we can look at the knuckle count here in our left hand. We should be able to see the same amount of knuckles as we do as address. So if we take the club up, we see less knuckles, that means the club is going to be closed. If we take it back, and we see more knuckles, that means the club face is going to be pretty open. So that's one of the things we don't want to have happen, is take it too far closed, too far open. There's another way we can work on is with a T. In the butt of the club here, you'll see a T here. Take it to the 3/4 position. The T should be pointing somewhere between our foot line and our target line with the golf ball, somewhere in that area. If it's pointing too far behind us, that means we're across the line, or too far in front, that means that we're laying the club off. The club should feel light in this position. It shouldn't feel like it's necessarily heavy, like we're a hobo carrying a stick with a bandana around it. Or the club will only feel heavy if it's pointed in either direction. If it's straight up and down, it feels fairly light and we're able to control it. So what is the one thing we can't do in this position? Well, we talked about it a little bit before, is we take the club back and our right knee locks up or stiffens. This is one position that we can't get out of. We call this a death move, right knee lock up. It straightens up completely, and it inhibits our ability to release our hips and get a lot of power into the golf ball. So if we right knee locks up like this, we'll typically have a weak ball flight to the right, sorry. So let's go over the things we can do to improve our step 3 position. One, we can take the club back, check our knuckles, make sure we see the same amount as we do as address. Once again, if we see too little, if we see less than we do at address, that means the club's closed. Too many, that means the club's open. Also, we can have a T in the bottom of the club. It should be pointed somewhere between where our foot line is and our target line, somewhere in that range. So if we're pointed either towards the camera, we know we've laid the club off too much, or behind us, it's in a position I don't think we see a lot of old women in, is when they take it up and just do this kind of thing. But those are ways we can work on our step 3 position. You guys have any questions? Thank you.